Welcome back to Trails to Azure. Guys, we've got big problems.
なるほどな。例の薬の原料になった花か。
Mm-hmm.
そうなると警察にとっても人事じゃなくなってきたな。
ええ。引き続きギルドと協力して調査しようと思うんですが。
他に気になる案件は何か入っていませんか？
Anything else?
入ってると言えば入ってるが、他の課に任せておけ。
Oh?
どのみち国家独立の住民投票である程度の混乱は避けられねえだろう。
Yeah, that's true. There's probably gonna be chaos in the streets.
今は不安要素の洗い出しの方が先決のはずだ。
Mm-hmm.
確かにそうですね。
いわゆる危機管理ってやつだね。
しかしそうなると今日の方針はどうしましょう。
More requests?
拳銃の調査も私たちの担当は昨日のうちに終えてしまいましたし。
ギルドの遊撃士どもを手伝うってのもありかもしれねえ。
Hey, I'm game to beat up some more cryptids.
どうしたの？
気になることでもあるのかい？
Yeah, there is something on your mind. There's a couple things on my mind too.
思ったんだけど、一度ローゼンベルク工房を訪ねてみないか。
That's an idea.
結社に関係があるっていう。
そうか、すっかり忘れてたな。
Will the Meister actually see us though?
もちろん捜査令状がない以上、強制捜査ができるわけじゃない。
We can try to see if he wants to talk, but I don't think he will.
だがあの老人は前にこんな風にも言っていた。
だが今は特に話すことがあるわけでもあるまい。
But we now have information to talk about, so
何か要件ができたら改めて訪ねてくるがいい。
we definitely have a reason to visit now.
念に免じて話くらいは聞こう。
訪ねてみる価値はあるかもしれませんね。危険が伴うかもしれませんが。
Well, I don't think he's going to attack us outright.
確かにあの奇妙な少年の目的くらいは掴んでおきたいね。
Yeah.
もしかしたらあの工房に滞在してるのかもしれないし。
I don't think he would.
賛成です。ただでさえ危険な外国勢力が台頭しているこの状況、これ以上怪しげな勢力を放置するわけにはいきません。そうね。まずは工房を直接訪ねてみる形でいいのね。
Absolutely.
ああ、様子を見てみよう。場合によっては捜査令状を手配する必要があるかもしれない。
だな。よし、そんじゃとっとと出かけるとすっか。
Let's see. Yeah, you doing okay?
みんな、
Yeah, what's up?
もうお仕事に出かけるの？
Uh-huh.
ああ、そのつもりだけど、キリオは今日は図書館に行くんだったか。
雫のために展示の本を探そうかなって。
Oh, cool.
お買い物して帰るけど、晩ご飯食べたいものある？
I think anything is fine, but can I help cook with you?
お買い物って、キーヤちゃん大丈夫なの
Zite, stay with her, please.
確かに料理は何度も作ってもらっていますが。ママのお父さんとかオスカーからいつも買ってるしデパートの食品コーナーのおばちゃんとも仲いいよ。
いつの間に。
Well, honestly, he makes friends with absolutely anybody and everybody.
希望なら納得だぜ。
そうなるとちょいと涼しくなってきたし、鍋物なんかいいかもしれねえな。
Oh, how'd you know it's chilly here too?
いいですね。みんなで盛り上がれそうですし。
鍋っていうことはやっぱり東方風なのかな。
キーヤちゃん大丈夫？なんとかなると思う。
She's a little genius. She can do anything.
お出汁をちゃんと取りたいから東通りの露天街にも行かないと。
お、 本格的じゃねえか。
Oh gosh, that's great. I know making stuff from scratch, it does take a while. But oh my gosh, it tastes so good.
帰ってきた時のお楽しみができましたね。
ありがとうキア。今日はなるべく遅くならないように帰ってくるよ。
So now what we've got to do is check, see if we got any requests. Oh, and I've got to report to Q because, well, I did beat up those cryptids. So do I get anything
こ
out of
ちら
that?
クロスベル警察です。
Hey, Fran.
あれ報告可能な依頼はないみたいですね。
I thought I'd have to report it, or maybe that'll happen at the end. Maybe, I don't
ま
know.
たよろしくお願いします。
Well, let's just check requests. Oh, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and one of them is a monster. Oh, actually, no, 5. Well, I'm still working on Tiz Crossbow. Wait, has it been enough time? I don't think so, but anyway. Package Pandemonium. Some packages had their addresses mixed up by mistake, and they were delivered to the wrong places. We need some assistance in getting them all to the right recipients. Come to Crossbell Airport for more details. Oh, that is very awkward. Theme park trouble. Michelin Wonderland is recruiting people to help everyone's favorite mascot, Mishi. We need your help to fulfill children's dreams. We eagerly await you at the entrance of the theme park. To get here, just take the cruise ship from Crossbell City's Harbor District. I get to go to Michelin and I get to help Mishi. Oh, Tio's gonna be tickled pink. One born every minute? The situation in the village has changed since you were here yesterday. We are once again requesting that you make an investigation into the suspicious merchant. I'll be waiting for you at Harold Hayworth's house and residential district of the city. Oh, what is Minith up to this time? I wonder. And West Crossbell Highway Monster Extermination. A dangerous monster, Nepethans G, has been sighted on West Crossbell Highway. We asked the Special Support Section to deal with this threat swiftly. Wait, what? Something like that before. Yeah, we have. So, 3 short, 2 medium, and I know the reason why this one's still medium because I'm still waiting for access. Well, actually, that one place at the hospital to get their newest batch of food ready. And I think it'll be ready tomorrow, if I recall correctly. Anyway, so we got a lot of stuff to do. Plus speaking to a lot of people
い
too.
くつか新しいのも来ているね。
Mm-hmm.
どうする？先に人形工房に行ってから片付けても良さそうだが。
I'd like to get the other stuff done first before I go to the doll studio, if they'll allow me to.
いや、聞き込み次第ではどうなるかもわからない。
Okay, so giving me the idea that perhaps I should get everything else done before I go to the studio because that was probably going to be my point of no return.
急ぎの支援要請なんかは先に片付けておいた方がいいな。
Oh, and try to find any hidden quests too.
そうですね。強制捜査の必要があるかもしれませんし。
That's true.
じゃあ準備ができたら参道の人形工房に行きましょう。テーマパークのアルバイトは無性に心惹かれますね。
Oh, don't worry, Tio. I got your back. I got your back. We're gonna do that one. I would never think of foregoing that request. I would have to do it. I have to make Tio happy. Oh, speaking of girls, can I go drop that thing off to Kia now? Yeah, there we go. I've got a stuffed plush here that Kia would probably love to bits. I think I'll go and give it to her. Lloyd looked for Kia and gave her the stuffed plush as a gift.
キアにくれるの？
Oh yeah.
ライド、ありがとう。
I want to see as to where you put it. You're very welcome. Oh!
ここがいいかも。
Maybe somewhere else, Kia, because now you have to go the long way around to another section of your bed. And heaven forbid, if you forget where that is and you try to get off your bed, you may end up squishing it. A new decoration was added to Kia's room. Oh. Oh, there we go. I didn't realize I had 2 things. A new decoration was added to Kia's room. I still don't have everything for Kia's room. I'll work on it. Oh, we have to feed the kitty cat. Now, what to feed him this time? Give food. Let's see. What have I done? I don't think I've done the rock eater. I should have really written down as to which ones I've given him already. Because otherwise, I'm going to lose track. Yeah. Receive defense to. Oh, thank you. Oh my, are you giving this to me? Thanks, Cop. We'll make sure to put it to good use. Oh, yes I will. Yes I will. Now, the first one. Oh, hey kid. Oh, is this you guys? Phew, you scare me. I thought you were Momo for a second. Oh, you're playing hide and seek. Ryu, this is part of the SSS building. You can't just slip in like you own the place. Come on, Lloyd. Sharing is caring. Now do your pal Ryu solid and keep quiet about where I'm hiding, okay? Don't be a narc. Oh, jeez. Maybe for calling him a narc, I'm gonna tell Momo, hey Momo. I played hide and seek with Ryu and Henri. I can't find them all. Where'd they go? Oh, Ryu's over by the SSS building. You can go ahead and find him. Oh, okay. Actually, first, what we'll do is we'll go over to the airport and then try to take care of some of the other requests. So let's get that done. Oh, is it you? Oh, we've had some packages that were delivered to the wrong addresses earlier. Technically, it's the fault of whomever wrote them down, but I should have noticed that something was amiss. If it weren't for my other deliveries, I'd be able to lend a hand, but I can't help but feeling like I'm laying them down. Yeah, you are. Oh, is it you that I need to talk to? Yes, it is. Excuse me, are you with the Catboy delivery service? Yeah, I am. And who are you guys? We're with the Special Support Section of the Crossbell Police. We came to speak with you about the support request you submitted. Oh, so it's you! Thanks a bunch. I'm in a real bind here. The job's going to take a while to complete, though. Are you ready to start now? Accept. Of course, you can count on us. The request is about some misdelivered packages, right? Yep. And boy, were they misdelivered. See, our company delivers parcels to places all over the continent. But unfortunately, we made an error when we were here in Crossbell. Several packages were listed with incorrect addresses by our staff and sent to the wrong locations. That does sound like a problem. How does a mistake happen to multiple packages at once? Well, our president's a little bit of a scatterbrain, to put it nicely. So, is it? Or is it Dawn? This isn't the first time something like this has happened either. One time, okay, it is Dawn. It's gotta be. One time you mixed up a shipping label with a letter from a friend. Wow, doesn't sound like your president's the most meticulous person out there. I won't deny it, but he's a good man. When we had nowhere to go, he took us in with those open arms. Sorry, I got off topic there. A long story short, too late. I need you to help straighten out all the packages that ended up in the wrong addresses. We usually have a local shipping company handle the cargo once it gets to Crossbell State, so I'd have no idea where I was going. Sounds simple enough. Do you happen to have a bead on where all these errant deliveries are? Ah, yes. According to what I have here, a parcel intended for St. Ursula Hospital ended up in Mainz der Ziegel Inn. What St. Ursula received instead was originally bound for a private home in the residential district. I'd like you to go each of those places, reclaim the misdelivered packages, and get them to the rightful recipients. Oh, And you're also going to need these. Received fragile package. Received shipping label. I take it this is the package that was supposed to go to Der Ziegel? And the shipping label was supposed to be delivered to the one that was delivered to St. Ursula's. That's right. So first off, deliver this little parcel to Der Ziegel Inn. Then the package here, there should go to St. Ursula's Hospital, which means you'll have to swap them with, you know, the more I try to sort this out of my head, the more confusing it gets. Basically, we just need to exchange and redeliver the packages in order. Yeah, do that. Sorry, I know this is a mess, but I'm counting on your help. Don't worry, I think we can handle it. Let's start by going to Der Ziegel in Mainz first. This is gonna be a pain in the ass, isn't it? Yeah, it is. A lot of running around. But yeah, it's good to see the folks at Capua. I just wish Don would keep a better eye on the packages.
はい、到着しました。
Oh, and actually before I get into there, I'm just going to check to see if there's anything new in the shop. Because I'm still missing some stuff. I know I still need to complete some people's rooms, so I'm just trying to see. Well, that one I already have. Anything else? No. No. Oh. And hello. Is it you that has the package? Yeah. Hey, if it isn't the kids from the police. You are all looking to book a room with us? Not quite. We came to ask about a case we're working on. Have you received any strange packages recently by any chance? Strange packages? Oh! As a matter of fact, the most peculiar delivery came in earlier. Why anyone thought to send it to us, I can't even begin to guess. Do you happen to know something about it? Jackpot. Well, actually, Lloyd explained the situation regarding the misdelivered packages. Oh, so that's what happened. So the package we received was supposed to go to St. Ursula's then. No wonder it was chock full of scalpels and such. I can only imagine how disconcerting it was when they suddenly arrived. You don't even know the half of it. Luca got so spooked she was hell-bent on throwing them out with the trash tomorrow. It's a good thing we made it here in time. Here, let me give you the package you were supposed to receive. Lloyd handed over the fragile package. Thank you very much. Now, let's have a look-see. Yep, these are the liberal drinking glasses I ordered a while back. I'm positive this package is ours. Glad to be of service. Now then, could we please have the package that was delivered to you? Of course. Just give me a moment. Here you are. I trust you'll get that to the hospital where it should be. Delivered heavy package. Thanks, we will. Alright, let's drop by St. Ursula's Hospital next. We should inquire at the reception desk. Well, that's actually a good place to start. Welcome back to the St. Ursula's Hospital Special Support Section. What can we do for you today? About that, Sarah, there's something we need to ask you. It concerns one of our requests. Lloyd explained the situation regarding the misdelivered packages. Oh, so that's what the package was. Our nurse admin Martha was racking her brain over it. She thought maybe a nurse made a mistake with the purchase order. A mistake, you say? Yes, it happens. One of our, clumsier nurses has done something to the effect in the past. Multiple times, in fact. Did she now? So does it mean that the package is currently at the nurse's station? Yes, it should be. Feel free to go to the second floor and have a look for yourself. Well, here's hoping. It really makes your heart go out to the poor nurse who was falsely accused. Just a little. Anyway, let's head upstairs. I heard Dr. Seeland's going back to the drawing board, coming up with a procedure to restore Suzuka's eyesight. Thank goodness. She seems so down about what happened that I was starting to avoid her. I'm glad she's already shifting back into focus. Not that I'm surprised. Dr. Seeland's got nerves of steel. She could stay calm and rational through any crisis. Or do I need to go through here? Oh, hello, ladies. Honestly, Sione, you should be old enough to know better than this. Why is it that you can't even place a simple order without making these mistakes? No, there's gotta be some sort of other explanation. Just ask Mifia. She watched me put the order together. I mean, sure, it took me 20 tries before I got the numbers right, but we did it eventually. The things Mifia has to put up with. You're so lucky she's so fond of you. Pardon us, did something happen? Oh, hello, SSS. Tsurone here has been tasked with placing an order for medical supplies, but we've run into a problem of sorts. The package that arrived didn't have any supplies. Instead, it had some sort of worn-out doll inside. Goddess knows why. And mind you, this isn't Tsurone's first offense. Earlier this year, she botched an order of bedsheets too. Aw, come on! Why don't you believe me? I'm telling you, I know I got it right. Lloyd, are you thinking the same thing I am? Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. What are you two referring to? Well, we might know a thing or two about what happened here. Lloyd explained the situation regarding the misdelivered packages. A misdelivery? So the package we received was never meant for us to begin with? That's right. We're currently in the middle of sorting it all out. Would this happen to be the package you were expecting? Lloyd handed over the heavy package. It appears so. These are the medical tools I placed an order for. Thank you for coming all this way to deliver them to us, SSS. I suppose I owe you an apology, Tsurone. I hope you can forgive me. I shouldn't have jumped to conclusions like that. It's all water under the bridge now, as long as you're not mad at me. Oh, I almost forgot. They should have put it in somewhere in here. Tsurone ducked around inside the package to look for something. Here it is, my new Kikararu strap. Since we're already placing an order, I figured I may as well add this to the package too. Isn't he just adorable? Tsurone, perhaps we're going to have to need another talk after all. Sorry to interrupt, but if you wouldn't mind, could we take the package you received by mistake? We'll make sure it gets the right person. Why, of course. Give me just a moment. Here it is. Be careful with it now. Received small trunk. Thanks. We'll be sure to take care of it from here. Let's see. According to the shipping label that Aaron gave us, this package was meant for a private address in the residential district. Now all we have to do is deliver it and the request will be complete. The residential district, it must be one of the homes near Speaker McDowell's then. Do you recognize this address, Ellie? Let me take a closer look. I think I do, but this address, if I'm not mistaken, it's the empty house right just to the right of Representative Campbell's. Wait, isn't that the house people kept saying was haunted 10 years back? Yes, that's the one. The hell? Then what's going on? Is it possible somebody moved in recently? I really can't say for sure. The only way to find out is to head there ourselves. Let's go deliver this package. I don't think Arios is still here. I think he's probably gone by now, because he probably have to get back to work. So she could use a little bit more company in her life. Oh, Cecile's here too. Hi, Cecile. Good morning, SSS. Why, hello there, Lloyd. What brings all of you here? Did you want to pay Shizuku a visit? Yes, we did. We're not interrupting anything though, are we? Oh, Oh, no, not at all. I just came to tell her that Michael sent her a letter from Lehman State. I was going to ask if she wanted me to read it. Did you say Michael? Isn't that the boy Dr. Sealand operated on? Yes, he was also staying on this floor, so the two of us became good friends. We promised to exchange letters with one another when he left the hospital. From regular pals to pen pals, eh? It's not uncommon for St. Ursula to receive letters from former patients like this. Sadly, it isn't easy finding the time to respond, what with the sheer volume of our workloads. Still, it's nice to hear from them. Knowing that someone I care for is leading a happy, healthy life never fails to give me a boost of energy. That sounds like you, Cecile. I bet you put a lot of love and care into every reply you make. Perhaps I should begin writing letters to Martha as well. I'm sure she'd like that. She was so happy after seeing you for the first time in years. It's never too late. You're always welcome to give it a shot. I will consider it once our work slows down. Now then, I'll go ahead and read this for you. Dear Shizuku, how have you been? I've been doing well myself. I've been praying to the goddess every single night for her to help you see again. He hasn't changed one bit. It's so good to hear from Michael again. Oh, that's so sweet. I am really touched. I can't believe that Cecile would do that. That is totally like her. This is definitely the address. You're right, but... The place doesn't exactly feel lived in, you know what I mean? Did someone mess up? Maybe the sender wrote down the wrong address. It's possible. Even if they did, the delivery slip doesn't actually list recipient, only a destination. Either way, we aren't going to find out anything for sure unless we ask. What is it, Tio? What is it, Tio? I was thinking the same thing. Nothing. Hold on, look. Oh, it's open. It's open? Oh my gosh, I'm saying the same thing the light is. This is just uncanny. It was a little ajar, so I thought it might be. Well, we may as well show ourselves in and see if someone really did order this. I guess so. I've always wanted to go into this place. Excuse us, is anyone home? Can I explore more? What'd I tell you? No one lives here. But this is definitely the address listed on the delivery slip. The front entrance wasn't locked either. Who are you? Huh? Hello? Where's your parents? Huh? A girl? Oh, excuse us, little girl. Are you the only one home? We're here to deliver a package and... Oh, you mean she's finally here? Don't just stand there. Come in. This is just bizarre. The kid was so excited she didn't even let you finish. Looks to me like we found our recipient. She's clearly expecting you to deliver after all. That's odd, though. If there really was a little girl living here, I'm sure I would have heard of it. Don't know what to tell you. You met the squirt 10 seconds ago, same as the rest of us did. Just what the hell's going on here? I wish I had a good answer for that. But now let's follow her in and see where that leads. And maybe she can give us a better idea of what the story is with this place. Well, here's a package you ordered, I think. Lloyd handed the small trunk over to the little girl. Yay, she's finally come home. Upsy daisy. That's one raggedy doll. I think it's one of those famous antiques, you know, from the Rosenberg studio. I don't think so. It doesn't look very expensive to me. So, this doll, did it used to be one of yours, maybe? She's not an it. She's my beloved little sister. Isn't she just adorable? Is she now? Well, thank goodness we were able to reunite the two of you then. Thank you, everyone. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to take her back to our bedroom. This is just very, very strange. Again, can I explore this place more? Am I the only one who feels completely lost about this? It doesn't seem like anyone else is here at home either. No parents, no, or anything. What's wrong, Tio? Nothing. It was only my imagination, I think. Hey, who's in there? Someone's at the front door now? Another guest, perhaps. Her parents don't seem to be home, so maybe we should answer for her. Yeah, good call. Imelda? Imelda? Why, if it isn't the SSS, then what are you doing in a place like this? Well, we came on police business. What brings you all this way out here from your antique shop? Police business? What the devil for? This house has been completely abandoned for over a decade. Oh, I get to take a look because there's a car book there. And for what I'm doing here, I've been using this building as my warehouse for my merchandise for some time now. What's the matter? You look as you've seen a ghost.
Alright, what's the big idea here? Even if Imelda's telling the truth about using space for storage space, how do you explain the creepy little girl that we just handed the doll to?
Good question. We could always ask her ourselves. I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for this. Right. There has to be. I'm pretty sure she went into that back door just past the living room. What? Are your ears screwed on right? I told you no one lives here. What? Where did that little girl go? She's a ghost. She's got to be a ghost, but she used to live here years ago? Does Imelda know her for some reason? I don't think so. I don't think Imelda would really care. She's just more for profit, I think, but...
Think she's hiding somewhere?
Lloyd, look at those. Huh? Oh! 2 dolls? Dolls? I recognize one we just delivered, but the other one
just looked like the girl we just spoke to.
I think the lot of you owe me an explanation here, wouldn't you say? Now spill it. Or would you rather arrest yourselves for trespassing? I don't think that's how it works, but I'll try to explain. Lloyd told Imelda that they came to deliver a package and that the little girl they met was a spitting image of one of the dolls. Yeah. I see. Turns out what he said had a grain of truth in it after all. Who? What are you talking about? I purchased one of the 2 dolls when traveling abroad many years back. They were said to have been crafted but resemble the daughters of a noble family from long ago. They were set of twins, so 2 dolls were made. Unfortunately, I was only able to get my hands on one of them. There's nothing wrong with the doll per se, but strangely I can never convince anyone to consider buying it. What does that last part have to do with anything? Well, she's trying to make a profit. What else is new? For a detective, you're astonishingly dim. The point is, you're made to deliver a second doll, whereupon you came across a mysterious girl who resembles the first. What I'm saying is perhaps the doll came to life and summoned her twin to her? No. What? That's ridiculous. A certain man has always insisted to me that every doll had its own destiny. Yeah. Maybe the old fogey was onto something this whole time. Every doll has its own destiny. Wait. Well, I've been saying that Kia is like a homunculus or a doll or something like that. So Kia has her own destiny too. Well, everybody does. If you believe in the concept of destiny and fate and all that jazz. But probably there is some grain of truth that this too. So I wonder what Kia's destiny is. Well, I think Kia's destiny is to bring the worlds to its knees based on her cuteness. Sorry, but that still sounds absurd to me. Are you telling us that the girl we spoke to was a ghost of this doll? I refuse to believe it. The veracity of that claim aside, there's a substantial concentration of spiritual energy in this building. I can sense the pressure of 3 higher elements too, the way I could at the Moon Temple and Stargazer's Tower. What? Well, spiritual energy, yeah, because, well, it seems like the doll did come to life, but what are the other elements doing here too? Are we going to come back here and fight something? No, that sounds ridiculous. In other words, what we've witnessed may have been a spiritual phenomenon of sorts. A spiritual phenomenon? That would explain the hair standing on the back of my head neck right now.
Man, this would be a hell of a lot easier if we were all just hallucinating. But if Teotot says there's something to it, I'm not going to tell her otherwise.
You're kidding, right? I don't want to believe any of this. Yeah. But it's fun to watch you all shiver and trouble yourself silly. At the end of the day, whether or not you put any stock in the blatherings of that reclusive doll fanatic is up to you. But it is for one thing is for certain. And that is, now those sisters are reunited, they can finally find a proper home. By which means by which I mean a prospective buyer. And that's good news for the bottom line.
It's always about the money, huh, old bag? Oh yeah, always with her. So, Master Georg? Guys, please again, let me know if I'm pronouncing this right, because I don't think I am. Well, he crafts a doll, so every doll has a destiny. Now, is Mater considered a doll? Not really. Well, it wasn't he that created it, though. He does have a destiny, and that's to be with Ren. But what about the other dolls he's created, his other Rosenberg dolls? What kind of destiny do they have? What will they do? Oh gosh, Maribel has 3 of them. Are they destined to destroy the world or something? Or whatever Maribel plans to do? I'm not too sure what's going on there. Anyway, that wraps up this request, I think. Let's go back to report that Catboy Delivery Service employee. No! There's a book! I need to get it! Right. The sooner we leave this house of horrors, the better. No! I want to go back! I need to get that book! Hey, it looks like you managed to get all the packages where they need to go. Guys are lifesavers. Thanks, Special Support Section. It was no problem. So, not that it's any of my business, but, is she okay? Her face is kind of pale. It couldn't have been. Did we, just talk to, did we? I guess she's still a little bit haunted by the experience. I don't blame her. Give her some time and she'll be fine. Will she, Randy? Will she?
Yeah, don't worry about her too much. If you say so. Anyway, I best be going now. If I ever need help in Crossbow again, I'll let you know. Call us anytime. We'll be happy to assist. Yay! Now, I gotta go see if I can go in there. Please, let me go back in there. I want to be able to, Can I go back there? Can I go back there? Can I go in? Oh, good, I can. Yay! Good. Need to get this. A magazine entitled Monthly Car Mania Volume 3 is parked on the shelf. Nicely played game, nicely played. Learn the car pattern deep paintwork. Is there anything else here? I need to check everything. So Imelda can get angry at me later. I don't care. Anything in here? I don't think I saw anything else, but... Oh, hello, Imelda.
Yeah. Thank you for your efforts, SSS. I should be able to find a new home for these dolls now that you've reunited them into a marketable set. Not to be rude, Imelda, but, aren't you the slightest bit afraid of them? Selling a pair of haunted dolls and that sort of thing can, curse a person. Yeah. How would I ever stay in this business if I was afraid of a few measly ghouls? Besides, my dear girl, do you truly think these are the only potentially haunted items I'm keeping here? Perhaps I can interest you in a ring that's said to bring misfortune to its owner, one after another. I think we'll pass. Perhaps the bizarre collection of items she stores here is the reason this place is so saturated with spiritual energy. Yeah, I think that's probably the case. So in other words, it's the old bag's fault? Makes sense to me. Yeah, but... Cookbook, please? No. Crap. Oh well. Well... There's nothing else here, so up we go. Since we're here, let's go visit Mr. Hayworth. And Chief Tolta. Yeah, here they are. Excuse us, you put in a request for the special support section? Ah, hello there, SSS. I can't tell you how glad I am that you're here to help with this once again. Yes, thank you very much for coming. Can you tell us what's happened since yesterday, Chief Tolta? I understand there is a new development in the case? Yes, that is correct. I fear the situation is more dire than we originally thought. I'd like to discuss it in depth with you all right away. Would that be alright? Accept. Right now is fine. Please fill us in on the details. You mentioned that the situation has changed since yesterday. That it has. Yesterday evening, I went to the Ash Tree Inn in another attempt to persuade Derek. I told him that that Minith character was far too suspicious and that he had to break his ties with him. You didn't beat around the bush then, huh? Not for a second. But in the end, Derek still refused to listen. However, I did learn something new, and so I hurried to discuss the matter with Mr. Hayworth. Something new. Has Minith taken some form of action? What Chief Tolta told me caught me off guard, if I may be frank. Minith's grip on the village is far tighter than what we had given it credit for. Would you mind elaborating? From what we learned yesterday, several villagers already trust him. Has it gone further than that? Well, you see, Minith has not only secured the private property on Old Amorica Road, but has also the deeds to numerous plots and fields in the village itself. Whoa! That's a huge red flag. He what? As shocking as that is, one question comes to mind. How is he able to pull off something that big? Good question. From what we know, Minith pitched a plan to increase Amorica's lotus production, as he puts it. By slowly accumulating deeds to the villagers' farmlands, he could expand the lotus fields and streamline their harvests. Moreover, management of the plots themselves would be contracted to the Quincy Company to reduce the required labor. That does line up for what we heard yesterday.
At first blush, it sounds like a pretty good deal for the villagers. Yeah, but they're losing what they had. Yeah, too good to be true. As long as those deals are in Myth's hands, he can abuse the land in any way he wants. There'd be no coming back from that. Indeed, the man cannot be trusted by any means. He is solely focused on that private property of ours, even the worst case scenario wouldn't be too terrible. But now that he's using the plots of lands within the village, the results could be catastrophic. You guys might be shit out of luck when it comes to breaking that contract, though. That's where you come in. If you can expose him, then perhaps the contract can be voided. I know there's nothing criminal happening on the surface here, but even still, can we ask you to look into this? Well, the SSS has never actually been all that beholden to CPD protocol. Our job is to support the citizens when they request it. You've given us enough reason to find Minith suspicious, so we'll gladly help. Thank you, Detective Bannings. All of you have been our village's guardian angels. Where should we begin our investigation? I'm at a bit of a loss on that myself. Me too. It's not like we have any smoking guns to look into. True. In that case, wanted to ask Ian for assistance. Yeah, if it comes to contracts and law and everything, he'd be the best person to ask. Do you mean Mr. Grimwood? Yes, granted we're only working off our suspicions at the moment. But if you explain the situation to Ian, he might be able to find a trace of something illicit in Minith's actions. That sounds like a good idea. Even a shred of evidence against Minith would be a good starting point for an investigation. I should warn you though, Ian's been incredibly busy ever since the mayor advocated for our independence. There's no guarantee he'll have the time to see you. One way to find out. Off to Grimwood Law Offices. Maybe we'll catch him, maybe we won't. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, or drive under it. Yeah, let's go pay him a visit. Well, I'll leave it to you then. I'll ask my business associates if they've heard any rumors about Minith or the Quincy Company. We would appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. You're the only ones I can count on. I'm so powerless in all of this. It's just so pathetic of me. Don't worry, Chief Tolta. We're here. We'll handle it from here. You just sit tight and relax. Maybe pray to the goddess for good luck while you're at it. Very well. I'll be waiting for you. Hey, Mr. Grimwood, are you home? Oh, you are? Good. Awesome. It's been a while. Well, not that long, but still a bit. Oh? Mr. Grimwood. We were afraid you might have been out of your office. Ah, yes. I was just in the middle of taking a much-needed break. But it would seem that you're in desperate need of my counsel. Is it really that obvious? I've seen those look on your faces coming through my door countless times by now. Please take a seat. I might be busy, but I'm happy to lend you an ear. Our apologies, and thank you. Lloyd and the SSS explained what they learned about Minith and his actions throughout the past 24 hours. They also mentioned that Minith had been collecting deeds to plots of land in Amorica Village. I see. This is quite a predicament the village has found itself in. A case such as this would typically be of top priority for me. But as you know, I've been busy this past week drafting up a preliminary constitution for the mayor. I apologize, but I won't have time to handle this case personally. That's unfortunate, but we understand. We suspected that would be the case. Still, even just a consultation would be helpful. Very well, I'll give you any advice while you're still here. We appreciate it, Mr. Grimwood. So, do you have any insight on this? At this point, there's no evidence of Minith engaging in any unlawful activity, at least as far as we can tell. Is there something we're missing? I do have one idea. Damn, already? Possibly. An Erebonian contact of mine once provided me with some reference material for a very similar case. Though I can't say the circumstances are an exact match. Any lead that could help us with the investigation is a good one. If you think this other case is worth mentioning, we'd be happy to hear about it. Very well. I can hardly refuse you all. From what I can recall. Several years ago, a man visited the estate of an Erebonian baron. He introduced himself as Rittner, an enterprising businessman working for a famous brewing company. Huh. Wait. This may be too presumptuous of me, and I'm just going totally off on a tangent here, but the first thing that comes to mind is the Capwas and what happened to Don, Kyle, and Josette. But I don't think in that, like when we learned about their past, I don't think the man who caused these issues was ever named. At least I don't think so. Ritter presented the Baron with an opportunity to become rich beyond his wildest dreams, and quickly at that. He proposed the Baron's barley fields, which had been passed down the family for generations, to be used to establish a brewery. The facilities would be constructed on the barony, and his family to be responsible for managing them. That was the idea, anyway. Hold on a second. What you're telling us is awfully reminiscent as what's going on in Amorica. The Baron accepted the deal and signed the Rittner's contract. Then, under the pretense of constructing the brewery, the fields and a portion of the Baron's land were temporarily transferred to Rittner. Moreover, the Baron converted his assets into capital for the sake of getting the business off the ground. However, Rittner soon disappeared with both the deeds and the capital, never to be seen again. The hell? The Baron and his family panicked after suddenly losing contact with Rittner. At the time, they had no idea the gravity that was about to unfold. To their shock and surprise, they learned that Rittner had sold the deeds to a third party. The land was to be repurposed as a villa resort. Today, it still stands as part of a suburb instead. In the end, the Baron's family racked up a substantial debt. Before long, they had lost their entire territory. With that, the family was stripped of their rank and they vanished without a trace. I think this is the Quapwas. Damn, that's one hell of a story. The man that conned them into giving up their property and sold it right under their noses. Who could even do such a thing? Your investigation immediately reminded me of that case. One person lies to earn another's trust before running off with a large fortune. It's a common strategy for committing fraud. Yep. Fraud. In this case, it's the same. Then Minith may not be a Quincy Company employee after all. It would simply be a con man trying to swindle Amorica for all they're worth. Precisely. I can't say for certain that's the case here, but I'd be concerned it might be. I agree. There are too many parallels between that story and our case. It'd be best we shifted our focus to investigating this as a potential act of fraud. That changes the kind of leads we should be looking into. Exactly. As far as Minith goes, there are two major areas that stand out to me as suspicious. First, the plan of his. We need to find out whether or not he's actually done anything to establish this Amorican honey company. We could probably figure that out by following the mirror trail. You'll have to apply for a bank loan to open a business in Crossbell. If that's all a sham, then we'll find out the evidence we need at the IBC. The other point of concern is whether Minith's actually an employee of the Quincy Company. Yeah, so is there anybody at the Quincy... The Quincy Company's headquarters aren't in Crossbell, though, so that'll be a little tougher to ferret out. I may be able to help with that. We should try stopping by my grandfather's home. McDowell Estate? Why? There should be a brochure about the Quincy Company there. It outlines how the company operates. We may be able to find some useful information. What's something like that doing in our Gramps' pad, Mademoiselle? Well, because I happen to enjoy making sweets, all right? I once took an interest in the Quincy Company, so I ordered one of their brochures. The last I recall is on a shelf in my old bedroom. Then again, I doubt a simple brochure would have all the information we need. I wouldn't be so quick to discount the possibility. It's an official Quincy Company material. You might be able to find something that conflicts with minutes said. It never hurts to cover all your bases. Agreed. Let's stop by the McDowell estate too and see how it pans out. Thanks for all the valuable advice, Mr. Grimwood. And because of you, we are finally able to have some leads to chase down. Always happy to be of service. Just to confirm, you said you were using the Hayworth residence as a base of operations, yes? Yeah, we are. Very well then. I'll lend you my help with this case as long as the time permits me. Though unfortunately, I can't make any promises given my other responsibilities. That's not a problem at all. You've already helped us immensely. It's nice having a professional in the neighborhood we can lean on. I'll try to meet up with you at the Hayworths later. Good luck with your investigation until then. Thanks, Mr. Grimwood. Okay, let's get this investigation underway. To start, we'll need to go to the IBC and look into this plan regarding the American Honey Company. It'll be a good idea to swing by the McDowell estate for that brochure, too. Something in there might contradict Minut's words. That gives us a total of 2 leads to follow up on. Roger, we won't rest until we find that evidence. Let's see. Oh, here it is. This is the Quincy Company brochure I mentioned earlier. Dang, they even had this sucker bound. Can't say they didn't put any effort into the thing. They have ample resources to do so, considering the size of the company. Whatever is written inside should be sufficiently credible. Then it's a good thing we stopped by for it. Alright, let's take a closer look inside. Okay, so let me just get out my book here, because I'm probably going to need to write down some notes because it's probably going to be important. As the leader in confectionery manufacturing, the Quincy Company strives tirelessly towards its next innovation. This brochure aims to briefly introduce the methods and creeds that drive our passion. We believe the key aspect of any confectionery is its taste. Otherwise, how could anyone enjoy it? With this belief as core tenet, the Quincy Company refuses to compromise on the quality of its products. So, number 1 is taste won't compromise on quality. Okay. Our factories are fitted with the latest equipment and operated with the utmost attention to hygiene. Here at the Quincy Company, we are particular not to just about the quality of our ingredients, but where they are sourced as well. Our product development pipeline, too, is run with the strictest of standards. So, equipment, attention to hygiene, care about source. Prototypes are personally sampled by our executives who, after many meetings, decide whether a product is worthy to go to market. Only then can they reach the product production line. This has been a Quincy Company tradition since its founding, such that we may deliver our valuable customers nothing less than the finest confectionaries to enjoy. Okay. By execs. Many meetings to see if it is worthy to go into production. Been this way since founding. It is this commitment to excellence that has made the Quincy Company the exceptional confectioner that it is today. Okay. I'm not sure what we are expecting. This is all just your typical corporate double talk. Did anyone manage to find a contradiction between this and something Minna said? Not in particular. Maybe coming here for this brochure was a waste of time after all. Actually, I did notice something. You did? Oh, I get it. You just activated the old detective mode and bam, right? Well, don't leave us hanging. What did you find? If you remember what Minna told us at the hotel yesterday, the answer is obvious. He's only passed a remark, but it still comes in major conflict with what's written in this brochure. Enough to prove that he isn't, in fact, an employee of the Quincy Company to begin with. You got that much out of this from one little pamphlet? That's right. You see, if Minna... Sorry to cut you off, but where's the fun in spoiling it that all now? What are you talking about? Well, if I'm being honest, it's annoying that you're the only one who's figured it out. So why don't you give us the rest of a chance to and save it for when we interrogate Minna? Wazzy, this investigation, not some game. Come on, everything's a game to Wazzy. I agree with Wazzy, actually. Your hypothesis may not be accurate after all. As precaution, we shouldn't let ourselves be swayed by a mere hunch. Not to mention, I don't appreciate your stealing the spotlight with your detective mode, as Randy put it. Why do I get the feeling the second comment was the real reason she didn't want me to share? Fine, if the two of you insist. Instead, I want you all to consider everything we've learned thus far. I'll summarize some main points of the brochure in the detective notebook. All that's left for us to visit the IBC. Let's see what we can find out there. Lead the way. That being the case, let me go back to the detective notebook. And... stranger danger. Let's see here. He's an executive. He says an executive of the company. There is... Okay, that's right. Minna doesn't like sweets. Yeah. I think I just found my contradiction. Hello again, SSS. What can I do for you today? Well, we'd like to ask for the IBC's cooperation with an investigation we're working on. Would it be possible for you to do an account search for us, Lanfei? We're hoping to look into some suspicious mirrors transfers from a certain depositor. You want me to pull up private information on one of our clients, then? Doing so is within company policy if it's related to a criminal inquiry. But would you mind telling me the details of the situation first? Not a problem. Lloyd provided all the information they had on the suspected fraud case. I see. I believe I understand the circumstances now. Will this be sufficient probable cause for us to conduct a search? Cracking down on these kind of things is in the bank's best interest too. Fraud would damage your reputation. You are correct. This is related to a legitimate investigation. I can help, but you'll have to settle for me. Simply telling you what I can pull on my terminal screen here. That's more than enough, if you would please. Very well. First, let me search for an account registered under the name Minna. Click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. Amorica Honey Company, subsidiary of the Quincy Company. Click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. There we are. We do indeed have an account open under that name. Hold on. What happened? Did you find something incriminating? Well, I don't have the authority to tell you the exact balance on record, but I will say the Amorica Honey Company is no more than a minimum deposit in its account. What exactly does that mean? Basically, corporate accounts require initial sums of capital to open. In this case, the base amount is all there is. From what you've told me, that would leave tens of thousands of Mira unaccounted for. Minith has the construction of the factory, management, and fields, and more to cover. It is simply impossible for any minimum deposit to be capable of financing all of it. That much is clear. And despite of him holding the title to the land and signing several deals, the balance hasn't changed a single time. It's suspicious to say the least. By which I mean the account appears to have been made for the sole purpose of gaining Derek's trust. Things clearly aren't adding up here in more ways than one. Yeah, this is just the kind of evidence we need. We appreciate your cooperation, Lanfei. Not at all. I'm glad I could be of assistance. Should you ever require anything more, please don't hesitate to ask. We'll keep that in mind. Okay, we now have material on every suspicious aspect of Minith and his plan. Let's make our way back to the Hayworth residence. Got it. Hey guys, we're back. Oh! Mr. Grimwood, you're here too. Fantastic. Oh, and Sophia as well. This whole incident has Chief Tolta worried sick. But I suppose that's only natural. This involves not only his village, but his son as well. Still, too much stress can ruin your health. I'll do what I can to keep him calm. Oh, thank you, Sophia. Hey, everyone. Ah, it's the SSS. There you all are. Mr. Grimwood, I'm glad you can make it. Did you just get back to yourself, Mr. Hayworth? Yes, I'm finished asking my business associates about the matter at hand. How'd things go on your end? Well, we were able to round up a few leads thanks to Mr. Grimwood. How about you, Mr. Hayworth? I did just the same, in a manner of speaking. You see, I'm not quite sure what to make of it all. Well, you went through the trouble of digging up that info, so you might as well share with the rest of the class. Agreed. The information may be beneficial to our investigation. Yeah, what else can you dig up? I suppose you're right. I asked my business associates if the name Minith rang any bells, having never heard of it myself. What they informed me is that he has been making inquiries into certain markets since arriving in Crossbell. And what market would that be? Land prices in various locations are at Crossbell. Land prices? He sounds more like a real estate agent at this point. Why would a Quincy employee ever need that kind of information? The answer to that just might be instrumental in helping us figure out what the ministry objections are here. You think so? Yeah, I know so. It's certainly something worth considering. Incidentally, I may have discovered something else of note since we last saw one another. Oh? Huh? Harold, Chief Tolta. Could I ask you to help me find something in my office? At your office, Ian? I don't mind, but is it important? Well, it isn't substantial enough to prove anything in and of itself, but we may be able to use it as a final nail in the coffin once you've pinned Minith down. You really got something like that up your sleeve, Grizzly Gun? Possibly, but we may not make it in time, so please, don't wait for us. Got to get to Amorica Village as quickly as you can. If Minith is the criminal we think he is, then his plan could very well be in the final stages as we speak. I'm confident, however, that the evidence you have on hand will be enough for you to solve the case. Best of luck, SSS. Got it. Thank you, Mr. Grimwood. Okay, guys, off to Amorica Village. It's time to reveal Minith's true colors and stop his phony deals dead in its tracks. Right. Now, where are they, I wonder? Huh? Oh, maybe at the end. Well, that's where he was staying, right? Yeah, and that's where Derek was staying too. Damn it. Did they already close the deal? Oh, crap. Are we too late? Did I not have Noelle drive fast enough? You 6 again. Special support section. Derek, Minith, we have a few things we'd like to ask. What kind of agreements were you hoping to conduct today? Meddling in my affairs on my father's behalf again, are you? Please. Please, Derek, there's no harm in answering their questions. After all, our plan has already been set into motion.
And what do you mean by that?
Right before you all arrived, Derek and I finished signing the requisite paperwork. In so doing, we have arranged to expand the operations of the lotus fields lent to me by the villagers. The Quincy Company will then take over the management of the fields.
What?
Signed away the rights to almost all your village's agriculture. Is this really what you want, Derek?
What are you talking about?
Nothing is changing. I'm only just transferring management of the fields to him. Yes, of course. It's quite simple, really. With my company harvesting the honey, we'll be able to streamline production of the candy. A temporary transfer of the land rights to my company is a necessary first step in facilitating the process. What a crafty bastard. His scheme has already reached its final phase, which means... Now then, Derek, I'll be delivering this contract to our main office. We'll be in touch come tomorrow. Look forward to the good news. Sounds great. I'll be waiting. Lloyd, we can't let him get away. Before you go, Minith, we have a few more questions.
Oh?
And what might they be?
Well, for starters, are you aware of the allegations leveled against you?
The primary of which, of course, is suspicion of fraud.
What?
That's absurd. How dare you insult Minith like that? Now, Derek, please calm yourself. Minith? The special support section, was it? What could possibly make you suspect me of being a common criminal? Surely you have some manner of proof to your claim?
That we do.
Intriguing. Why don't you tell me all about it then? But first, let me remind you that I am an imperial citizen. If it turns out your allegations are indeed entirely baseless, I will do what I must to protect that indignity. Police officers though you may be. That's fine with us.
Lloyd!
Don't worry, Ellie. Let me handle this. Based on our investigation, there is no doubt in my mind that Minith is guilty. I'm going to expose him as a fraud he is and show Derek the truth. How very glib. If that is how you want to play this, then go right ahead. I'll answer anything you like. Well, your first question? Right. About your actions in Crossbell. There's a contradiction between what you've said and what you've done. Can you please recount your actions for me? A contradiction? Very well. Since I arrived in Crossbell, I've been cooperating with Derek to advance our plans. Said plan will result in the formation of the Amorica Honey Company, a subsidiary of the Quincy Company. It will specialize in producing candy made from Amorica's high-quality honey. Combined with my company's acumen, it is a surefire success. The venture has already been approved by the city and is about to prepare to launch. Tell me, what is so contradictory about that? Well, everything. This plan is more like a charade from where I'm standing. Our investigation has proved a key discrepancy in what you just said. You see, Minith? What is the contradiction in Minith's plan? His confectionery acumen? The plan is underway. The potential profitability. Personally, I'd say the plan is underway because they don't really have the funds. The records we looked into the IBC reveal your mistake. You say the plan is prepared to launch. In reality, it hasn't made any progress at all. The IBC? What are you talking about? Consider this. If the Quincy Company truly did intend to go through this plan in Crossbell, it would need a loan from the IBC to fund the construction and development of the subsidiary. Why? Yes, of course. I registered the company with the city and opened a corporate account. But that's as far as you went, isn't it? Yeah, because there's nothing there. There's not enough money in there. The account for the Amorica Honey Company contained no more than the minimum balance required to open it. While we weren't told the exact amount, I would speculate it's only in the tens of thousands of Mira. Just how were you planning to build a factory and run a business with so little starting capital? You looked into my IBC account? This can't be true. Can it be? Can it, Minith? Oh, please don't understand, Derek. I never said there were any credence to their claims. I'm merely commenting on the audacity it takes to do something so invasive. Forget that. Explain why there's hardly any mirror in that account. Being executive of the company, I must especially judicious when moving money around. As such, I can't take out a loan on behalf of the Quincy company. Of course, I'll be securing one from the IVC once I've received permission from the main office. Oh, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Adapt evasion. Don't count us out just yet. I can tell Minutes sorry you're getting frustrated. If we continue to press him and pile on the evidence, we can get him to crack. That look on your face tells me you have something more to ask. It's just so happens that I do. That was far from our only point of contention about you, Minith. You're still not satisfied? Don't let them rattle you, Derek. This will be a good opportunity for me to clear your mind about any doubt. Next, I'd like to ask about you, Minith. You said that you're an executive of the Quincy company, but is that really true? Wait, what are you implying? Are you trying to say that Minith isn't associated with the Quincy company at all? That's what our evidence points to. Oh, goodness me. I did not expect you to say something so outlandish. How about I show you my business card and employee ID? Those articles could easily be forged. Regardless, we have evidence that would supersede either of those, and we found it in a Quincy company informational brochure. An informational brochure? Oh yeah, the one in Mademoiselle's room. We recorded the main points in the detective notebook. The brochure comes directly from the Quincy company's main office, so there's no doubt that its authenticity. What's more, there's a clear discrepancy between its contents and what you told us yesterday. What I told you? That's right. Something you mentioned made it clear to us that you aren't the executive you claim to be. What is the contradiction between Minith's statements yesterday and his brochure? Creation of subsidiary, his history in sales, his dislike for sweets. Well, the thing is, though, that was the one thing that sort of made me think twice about what he said. So, and I mentioned that might be important. I just wish I could look up the detective notebook all over again. But dislike for sweets? Allow me to quote a statement you made yesterday. Despite working for the company, I've never been one for sweets. Do you deny this fact? Lloyd, how exactly is that relevant? That's right, I don't care for sweets. What of it? Are you trying to say that someone who dislikes sweets couldn't possibly work for a confectionery company? A confectionery company in general may be, but not this one in particular. What are you going on about? Who do you work for? The confectionery police department? This is what's written in the brochure. Prototypes are personally sampled by our executives who, after many meetings, decide whether a product is worthy to go to market. Isn't that curious? What is that? Wait! It doesn't make sense that somebody like Minith, who dislikes sweets, would be hired by a company like Quincy, not with a tradition like that. Wouldn't you agree? No, I never said I hated sweets. That's not going to work on us. You admitted not liking them in this very conversation. How stupid do you think we are? Gah. So that raises the question, why would you lie about being executive of the Quincy company? It's simple. You intended to gain Derek's trust before ripping him off. This is the only deduction I can make based on the evidence. As for the confectionaries seeking to make a use of America's honey, the Quincy company was merely a name with weight on it, one that Minith threw around to show credibility. Minith, what is the meaning of this? You tricked me? Oh, Derek, don't allow yourself to be deceived by these scoundrels. What'd you call us? I mean, think about it for a second. Let's say, for argument's sake, that I did come to Amorica Village for the purpose of founding a fraudulent honey company. If, that being the case, I had an ulterior motive in deceiving my very good new friend Derek here, then what was it? Why would I go to such ridiculous lengths? If you have no proof to back up your claims, then you have no right to call me a fraud. You should arrest yourselves for slander. We do bear the burden of proof, as well as providing a viable motive. As far as the motive goes, I think I have a pretty good idea. What? Are you sure, Lloyd? I've barely started untangling everything that's going on here. Don't worry, I've got this. The person who pointed us in the right direction today was also went to retrieve the final piece of evidence we needed. The last piece of the puzzle that I oust Minith once and for all. Out with the mumbling. If you have something to say, then out with it. With pleasure. You went to all these lengths to deceive this village with one goal in mind. What is Minith trying to gain from his deception in Amorica? Seizing land rights, not blazing honey sales, peddling knockoff horrible cars. Seizing land rights. Your true objective here is obtaining the land rights to Amorica Village itself. What? As a trader we know named Harold Hayworth gave us some information about you. Immediately after arriving in Crossbell, you, Minith, started looking into land prices throughout the state. If you were employed by the Quincy Company in search of new business ventures, this would make no sense. So why do it? I can only think of one possibility. Seizing land was your aim from the very start. It was, out of all the outrageous schemes. There's more to it. Amorica Village is surrounded by scenic beauty, making it a high valuable location. Suppose the deeds were sold to a third party as prime real estate for a villa resort. How much Mira do you think it would go for? Land like this? I would estimate somewhere in the tens of millions of Mira. That said, I don't think the villagers would ever agree to such arrangement. Exactly. That's what made this whole fraudulent ruse, painstaking as it was, a necessity. Now, if we assume your motive was to obtain the land itself, your actions become that much more clear. First, you obtained the rights to the Lotus Fields, the farmlands, and the village's private property. Then, under the pretext of returning to your Crossbell company's main office, you vanish from Crossbell entirely. Finally, you sell the deeds on the black market and pocket the hefty sum of Mira they're worth. That, Minith, has been your plan the entire time. Minith? I can't believe what I'm hearing. Lloyd! Is that? Yes? It's Pete! Thank goodness. It looks like you made it in time. Derek. Father? Mr. Hayworth? Aren't you from Mr. Grimwood's office? Yeah, it's Pete. I'm his assistant, Pete. He would have come himself, but he had to get back to drafting the Constitution. Did you come with evidence? That we did. Ian said this would prove to be useful insurance. We're all going to want to take a look at this. Pete produced a photograph for everyone to see. It was a man who looked like a merchant with the same face as Minith's. Oh, the man in this picture, the same person that ripped off the cap was? Oh, why? Why do you have this? A reporter Mr. Grimwood knew in the Empire gave this to him a long time ago. However, the name on the photo isn't Minith, it's Rittner. Okay, it is the same guy. Rittner? I feel like we heard that name recently. Yeah, it's the story that Mr. Grimwood told us. Ah, I remember. It's the name of the man who stole that Erebonian Baron's land. The one Mr. Grimwood told us about. Oh yeah, that dude. That's right. I asked Ian about it again and he said there's no mistaking it. Well, this is a plot twist I wasn't expecting. Lloyd, why don't you do Minith the honors? Tell him the only thing this photo could mean. With pleasure. The reason why the man before us, Minith, and the man in the photo, Rittner, look identical is They're twin. Why do Rittner and Minith look the same? They're twins. Minith is Rittner in disguise. They're the same person. They're the same person. Minith and Rittner are one and the same. That's the only explanation. And it's because they're the same person that their MOs are such a close match. Mr. Grimwood came to the same conclusion. This man must have been swindling down to the exact orbital science. You're a crook, Minith. As such, you'll be charged with attempted fraud. This is, of course, on top of the fraud you previously committed in Erebonia. I can only guess how many skeletons we'll find in your closet when we get done with you. I would very much like to hear all of the details in the department's interrogation room. Brr. You! Damn you! I am a professional. My work must be flawless. You meddlesome brats! All we need is a damn dog. Minith? Is it gonna try to run? Don't get too full of yourselves just yet. You may have won this time, but I won't be apprehended so easily. What? Come, my lovely beasts. Jaeger cats? Monsters? They appear to be well trained too. These cougars, don't freaking tell me. Yeah, they're Jaeger cougars. Are they Red Constellations cougars? No. Derek? Chief Tolta, it's too dangerous. Do you have any idea what you're doing? I precisely know what I am doing, hence why I'm doing it. Oh, and don't think for a second about trying to fight me. That is, unless you don't value the lives of Derek and the villagers. Grr. Now, step aside if you would. Oh, you... Get him anyway! Haha, fare thee well. We shall never meet again. Damn it! Eric. Damn it, we just can't let him escape. After them. Are we gonna have a high-speed chase? Oh, come on, let's go after her. Come on, let's go, let's go. No! He managed to get away. Ugh, I've never been so frustrated. I can't believe a spineless coward like him gave us a slip. At least none of the villagers were hurt. Let's look at the silver lining. What a mess. If we come across him again, he won't be so lucky. For now, though, let's regroup with Chief Tolta and the villagers so we can report what happened. Yeah, that's a good idea. I wanted to fight them. Yeah, I'm just as frustrated, Randy. Yeah, I'm very frustrated. I can't thank you all enough for what you've done today. It's no exaggeration to say that you saved the village from the clutches of that con man. Though he still got away at the end. Yes, but now the department knows to keep a lookout for him. It should only be a matter of time before he's caught. Derek? I made a grave mistake, and I put everyone through so much trouble, just so they could fix it. I let that man rope me into a scheme, and it nearly cost us all our livelihoods. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're not the only one who's guilty. Wrong. It's my fault completely. No two ways about it. I was so desperate to fix and reform Amorica that I ignored my father and almost drove it into the ground instead. I have no right to become the next chief village. It's village chief. That's where you're wrong. Father? I've been so stuck on the old ways, I've never tried to hear your proposals for what they are. I've been so stuck on the old ways that I've never tried to hear your proposals for what they were. I've known the village will go under if we maintain our current course, and yet I've done nothing. It is my inaction that drove you to do this. Thus, I must bear a large share of the responsibility for letting it happen. That's very admirable, Chief Tolta. Thanks to this crisis, I finally realized where I went wrong. Welfare of this village cannot hinge entirely on the ideology of a single stubborn old man. So, instead, Derek, I would ask that you provide me with your input as well. We will each contribute our ideas and discuss them with the villagers. That is the only way we can ensure a future for Amorica. You're right. I'm so sorry, Father. From here on out, I'm going to dedicate myself to the betterment of the village. I'm happy the two of you were able to reconcile. Same. Makes almost losing your whole village to some crook worth it, wouldn't you say? No, Wazzy, what the hell? Put his sock in it, Wazzy. Yeah. Learn how to read a room. I'm really sorry about him, I swear. We've tried everything. He's just not house trained. At any rate, we all owe you an enormous debt, so allow me to express my thanks once more. I also owe my gratitude to Mr. Grimwood. It's a shame he couldn't be here. I'll pass your thanks on to Mr. Grimwood and let him know what happened. Even if I only paid a minor role, I'm glad I could be of assistance. I look forward to our continued partnership, Chief Tolta. Same to you, Harold. If you could, keep a lookout for Minith just in case he returns. And of course, you can always contact the SSS if you need our assistance. Hopefully, it will never be for anything related to this ordeal again. We'll be sure to keep you in mind. Oh gosh, that was a good one. I wonder if we ever will come across with him again. Or, like, later in the game or perhaps in future games. Thank you for watching the video today. I do appreciate it. If you can, leave a like as it does help, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. A huge thank you to my supporters, and if you'd like to help the channel, please feel free to visit the links in the description below and become a member. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye!